About getting your GED diploma? Well, here at the GED Pep Talk Center, we've got a number of pep talks that can motivate you.
Sometimes things don't always turn out the way you want them to.
You know that feeling? People look at you and don't believe in you.
You want some gentle encouragement.
Then you're on your way to your GED diploma and a better life.
But I know they're probably just a little bit nervous.
You can find it in yourself to take that first step.
You can improve your future. You can do this. I know you can.
You need to start pushing yourself.
Now get your game face on and take the first step towards a better life. Hurry up. Don't make me repeat myself.
Whatever level of motivation you need to get your GED diploma, we've got a pep talk that's right for you. Call 1-877-38-YOUR-GED or visit yourged.org for your pep talk and find free GED classes in your area. GED is a registered trademark of the American Council on Education, brought to you by Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
You're pregnant. How far?
1 month, 2, no doctor yet. I can't afford it.
Protect yourself and your baby. The health department can help you out. Test for STDs.
I don't have diseases.
You don't know. You don't always have symptoms. STDs make you and your baby sick.
I don't want my baby sick.
No one cares more about your baby than you.
I'm calling my county health department.
A message from the Florida Department of Health, the Florida Association of Broadcasters, and this radio station.
What you want to know. What you need to know.
Talk 1470. WNN.
The opinions expressed on the following sponsored program are strictly those of the host, guests, and callers, and not necessarily those of this station, its staff, management, or sponsors.
Time now for New Business on Main Street with your host, Russell. Each week, Russell takes an in-depth look at another exciting business. To get in on the discussion, call toll-free 888-565-1470. Now, let's talk business. Your business. With today's guest, here's Russell.
Well, good afternoon. Welcome to New Business on Main Street. And for the last 5 weeks, we've been talking about that HGH gel, that's transdermal gel that people are just raving about. And let me give you some statistics in terms of the company's been in business for 10 months. And so far this year, they've done about $50 million in volume. That's the last report I had about a month ago. And they have 62,000 people who have joined. And it seems to be the guesstimate, if you will, before the next 3 months expire, before the year ends, they should be doing about $80 million in volume. And they should have about 75,000 representatives in the company. It's really going strong. And a guy, Chip McGill, who was here a couple of weeks ago, he joined last January. And he says his income is up to $100,000 a month. What can I say? It can happen if you're at the right place at the right time, and if you're early, and if a company has that kind of momentum, it can happen. Anyway, tonight we have a guest with us. Mark, are you there with us? Mark?
Yeah, I am, Russell.
Okay, just a second. Mark has been around the network marketing arena, I guess about 30 years, maybe a little bit more. And in one company, he was earning $40,000, $50,000 a month. I could be low on that. I like to be conservative rather than embellish anything. So, Mark, I really appreciate you being with us tonight. And I really am proud that you're here because the program is titled New Business on Main Street. And you have something that's brand spanking new. It's kind of different, and it's kind of, I don't know, I was going to say out in space, esoteric, out there, way out there in the planets. But anyway, in the ether. But let's talk about that, because let's talk about your experience and your background. Number one, before we talk about network marketing experiences, what have you been doing most of your life in terms of health and wellness? Go ahead.
Yeah, thank you, Russell. I appreciate that.
Right.
Yes, myself, I grew up here in Pittsburgh, and I got very interested in about 45 years ago in meditation. I started to meditate. I just started doing transcendental meditation. And I started to realize that when I would meditate, the mantra would take me to this very peaceful place of silence and peace and happiness and joy. So I became very familiar with that through the years, through 45 years of doing that. Then I became a Reiki master. And having built a great residual income, I was able to travel the world and learn from many healers, and realized that the Chinese and the Japanese, for many years, acupuncture, they've been tapping into this place called the quantum field. And this is the place where everything manifests. And we're talking the seed, where the seed becomes the tree, where everything comes from that place of infinite. It's an infinite place. It's been there forever, and it will always be there. And that's where we truly are, because we're made up of vibration and frequency and energy. That's who we are. The body comes and the body goes, but the spirit's always there, and everything is vibration, frequency. So I was very successful in a couple of companies for about a 20-year run, and so I built a really nice residual income, and I was able to do this. And a friend of mine who was with me in one of the companies is a leading naturopath. He's a leading naturopathic doctor, but he's also a tremendous networker. So he's great on both ends as far as his expertise. And he says, "Mark, I have something that I know for you will sound normal, but for the average person it will sound like outer space. It will sound like the Jetsons." So I laughed, and he started to explain. This has to do with the quantum field. And it's an app. What it is, it's an app, and you download this app into your phone, and what happens is it sends out messages just like your phone. You know, your phone is able to. You can talk to somebody in another country, and it's these. You know, it's this energy that's going out, because everything's energy, right? So by downloading this app, they're able to create certain frequencies and certain vibrations. Like, for instance, you hit one of the boosts. They call it a boost for sleep. And it puts this energy out, and it helps you to sleep, and people are sleeping like babies. Energy for health, for pain, whatever. You hit these different boosts. And they beta tested it for a year. It's a 15-year-old company that has a tremendous track record, $50 million a year company, but they just entered the MLM industry with this app because they know the power, and they know this thing's going to go viral, and it is going viral. So I have next week the gentleman, the naturopath, who's just amazing, full of knowledge, is going to explain more in depth in the science and how this happens and what's happening. So, I've been doing it for about almost a little more than a week now, and international. Thousands of people it's jumping in like you can't. I've never seen anything like this in my life. So, do you have any other questions, Russell?
Oh, 1,000 questions.
Please.
Okay. When you talk about a lot of people, and I'll come back to the boost. I like to discuss that in depth. But when you say that we are energy, it's difficult for most people. I'm not saying for the 10%ers or whatever. People like you, Reiki masters, and all of that. You guys been out there for years. To believe that the body is really just energy, rather than flesh and blood. I'm looking at the bones and all that. So you're saying all of this, we are just energy forces. Is that what you're saying?
That's exactly what I'm saying. Even Albert Einstein came to know that everything is energy.
Uh-huh.
He said that. And think about it. Even a wall, your wall, it's made up of molecules, and so it's all molecules, and it's solid, but deep within it, it's just energy. It's just energy. And anybody that's living in a higher place of consciousness, they would literally be able to see that there's particles just floating around and energy. And in physics, quantum healing, Deepak Chopra. I'm sure everybody on this call has heard of Deepak Chopra. He was a physician. And then he was tying Eastern medicine into Western medicine, and realized there's a lot to be gained from both sides. And he came to that conclusion, and so did Wayne Dyer and a lot of the others, that everything is from this quantum. It's quantum physics. It's from this quantum place where everything manifests. Starts out from this quiet, silent bed, and it manifests into reality, into a manifestation, whether it be a tree, whether it be a human being, or whatever. So that's what I hope that helped a little bit, Russell.
It does. And so you're saying basically thoughts or things? Is that where you are?
Yeah.
That what we think about, we bring about?
Energy.
Huh?
Yeah, and we're an electromagnetic field. Think about it. You can get electrocuted. We're like this electromagnetic field. And what this app is doing, it's sending out this energy to that very deep place within you, which is creating all this healing to go on, because it's not like a vitamin or mineral that sort of goes on a more superficial level. Not that I'm knocking them; there's still good vitamins and minerals out there. But when you put this energy out to the world at this quantum place, then spontaneous healing starts to happen. All kinds of miracles can, and I've seen it. I've seen healers all over the world that were able to heal instantaneously just through their thought. The power of their thought, the energy that comes from a thought, is the power of positive thinking. Russell, everything is all about what you put out to the universe is what comes back, and that sort of explains that.
Yeah, and it's all in the Bible. What the mind can conceive and believe you can achieve. So, and people do it all the time. I mean, I go back to just as an indication, as an example, when first, Roger Bannister, in 1954, I believe it was, he was the first person to run under 4 minutes to a 4 mile. But up until that time, most people believed that a man could not run under 4 minutes 4 mile. But the next year, after he had done that, 5 people did it, and now, since that time, thousands upon thousands upon thousands, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of people have run the mile under 4 minutes. So I guess mind is in itself in its own place. It can make a heaven out of hell and hell out of heaven. So I guess what you think about, you bring about. Is that a good way to say that?
Yeah, it is. So think about it. Your thoughts are just keep pouring out, but where are they coming from? Where do the thoughts come from?
Right.
You can't stop them. They just keep coming. They're coming from that quantum place, that quantum that Deepak Chopra talks about, that quantum healing place that's within our spirit, within all of us. And it transcends the physical body, the physical plane. It's this unmanifest place that comes into the manifestation. Where do we come from? We come from a seed ourselves. Look how and then it develops into a physical body. I mean, everybody takes it for granted, but that's a miracle. Like an embryo becomes, grows up, it has eyes and teeth and hands and fingers. Where does it come from? It's coming from that infinite source, and that's who we are. And that's the power of why we're so excited about this product from a 15-year-old company that's worked with this biotech. They're a leader in the biotech industry. That they know how to they tapped into this field. So this is the future. This is the future of medicine, guys. People don't want to take a lot of get on every commercial. They talk about side effects. You take this and it's going to help you, but you're going to lose your leg. I mean, it's crazy, all the side effects. So people are looking for something better. But this isn't something new, Russell. This has been around since the beginning of time. I mean, the Chinese have known about it. In India, they've known about it. They've known about this place. The gurus, the masters that meditate, they live in that place of joy and peace and silence. And that's why they can live to be a couple hundred years old, because they keep tapping into that source, Russell.
So we're raising our vibration level to understand something on a different level, I guess.
Absolutely.
Yeah. There are many levels that we just don't understand yet. And so now, how did you come across this? I mean, how... it's a little foreign for me that you can put something on your phone, right?
Right.
And it can affect... And as I look at it, because I just put it on here, so I'm looking at focus, strength. Let's see, let me go to the library here. And it says something about it can calm you down, it can get you focused, creates better energy, helps you to sleep better. You can customize it. Stress relief, builds up your immune system, pain relief. There are 100 million people in this country have pain on a day-by-day basis, and builds your strength, takes care of allergies. I mean, it just goes on and on with the library here. So, you've been marketing this for about, 6 weeks, 3 weeks? Well, how long?
Yeah, like 3 weeks now, 3 weeks.
3 weeks. Okay. What kind of, give me some feedback.
Okay. Let me explain how this works and how I feel that it works.
Okay. Well, once I think the engineer wants to take a break. Well, hold on 1 second. We'll be coming right back. This is WWNN Radio. That's 1470 on the FM, 95.3 on the FM. This is the Health and Wealth Station of South Florida. Be right back in a moment.
Welcome to the New Business on Main Street www.newbusinessonmainstreet.com. Networking has come of age, and many of our solid, stable, and financially free networking companies are now on the Dow and the NASDAQ. Many of the stocks of these premier companies have had serious gains in the past few years. Warren Buffett said, investing in networking has been the best investment I have ever made. Robert Kiyosaki, author of Rich Dad, Poor Dad, says rich people build networks, poor people look for jobs. Donald Trump has made millions of dollars from networking. Paul Zane Pilzer, an economic advisor, and Malcolm Gladwell, author of the book The Tipping Point, says billions of dollars will be transferred to networkers over the next 10 years. Malcolm Gladwell says future generations will become very wealthy using word-of-mouth advertising. He says 67% of all goods and services are purchased by recommendations and referrals. Your economic future is in the hands of word-of-mouth advertising. It is the new way of doing business on Main Street and Wall Street. You can join us in acquiring economic freedom and security cupped with time freedom. Go to newbusinessonmainstreet.com. That's www.newbusinessonmainstreet.com. President Calvin Coolidge said, "Nothing can take the place of persistence. Talent will not. Nothing is more common than the unsuccessful man with talent. Genius will not. Unrewarded genius is almost a proverb. Education alone will not. The world is full of educated derelicts. Persistence and determination alone are omnipotent. The problems of our society will be answered by those who are persistent and who are dedicated to change things for the better." Join us at newbusinessonmainstreet.com. Steve Jobs said, "Life can be much broader once you discover one simple fact. Everything around you that you can call life was made up by people no smarter than you, and you can change it. You can influence it. Once you learn that, you will never be the same again." Join us at newbusinessonmainstreet.com or call 561-302-2588. Commission sales only. Men and women wanted to take a new health product to the marketplace. Commission sales only. This all-natural homeopathic transdermal HGH gel is an over-the-counter non-prescription FDA-registered product. This gel will eliminate tired and worn-out feelings and give you your energy back. Shocking and surprising benefits have been recorded with no side effects. Company profit sharing and long-term residual income available. Call 561-302-2588 or visit www.411hgh.com. No shots, no injections, no swelling. Rub it on and feel the surge. A little dab will do you. HGH works, so help us to help you. Go to www.411hgh.com or call 561-302-2588. You're listening to today's edition of New Business on Main Street. To join the show, call in toll-free 888-565-1470. Now, back to the business at hand. Here's Russell.
Okay, back here on WWNN, 1470 AM, 95.3 FM. I'm telling you, this is space age stuff. This is we are in the 21st century, aren't we not? Yeah, we are. Okay. See, I go way, way back in the old days, but 1930s. But anyway, so this is really, it's hard to believe for most people. Would you say that?
Yeah, it is. And you know what, Russell? Just let me give another example, and
Sure.
I'll kind of explain.
Sure.
Maybe I can get it from another angle. So I had a cough recently, and it was lasted for a couple of weeks, and I was coughing up, mucus and phlegm, and I was having trouble. And during the night, I would cough, and during the day, and it was getting uncomfortable. So I could have went to a pharmacist, and I could have got a prescription, the doctor, and treated the symptom, not the cause. Maybe get rid of it temporarily. But what a friend of mine, he's a leading acupuncturist. Okay, he's one of the top acupuncturists in the country. I'm in Pittsburgh. He's in Maryland. So I drove 2.5 hours to him. He took my pulse. He could feel the vibration and the frequency in my pulse because he's been taking pulse readings for years and years and years. So he's trying to see where the energy's flowing. Is it flowing in the lungs? Is it flowing through the lungs right? The energy, the vibration of who we are. Is it flowing in the liver? Where is the blockage? What's causing my cough, right? Mm-hmm. So what he did was he realized, he said, Mark, you're having a flow, chi. The word's chi, and that chi and ki, they use that in karate, in martial arts. They've been doing that for thousands of years, and that's the flow of chi, and that's how they get the power. When they hit somebody or when they block something, the chi is really flowing through the body. The energy flow is very, very, very pronounced. So he took the needles, and he put the needles with the intention of getting the chi flowing in my lungs. And honest to God, he said it'll take about 3 days, because 3 days later, and I was coughing like crazy. It was very uncomfortable. 3 days later, I have no. You see me right now. Normally I would have been on this call 2 weeks ago, and I would have been coughing like every 10 seconds. Gone, because he got the chi flowing through. It's chi throw. Then after the needles, he put his fingers on my pulse, and he says, "Oh my God, it's flowing like you can't believe." It was beautiful. Like there was a beautiful bounce, And also, Deepak Chopra talks about the ocean. He says, everybody wants to be by the ocean. Why? He said it's a universal sound. The flow of the ocean connects to us on a very primal level, because we've been around since the beginning of time. Our spirit never dies. We all know that our body goes, but our spirit never goes. So he says people are attracted to it. It's like a universal mantra. It's kind of like Om, like the Om. So this is working on vibration on the Om level at a very deep level. Now, the company has a product called Zyto, and many of the naturopaths, which next week, the guy that brought me in, who's an amazing naturopath, will really get into the science. So you want to be on that call and take notes, I promise you. And so anyways, the Zyto product, it's biotech, and you put your hand on it, and they, doctors, chiropractors, it's all in the natural arena. They can see the flow. They can see, okay, we got flow going here, we got flow going there, so we're gonna prescribe this, and this, and you take that and hopefully get the flow going. So that's what's happening with this product. So that's the company that developed this app. So we have a company that's been around 15 years that are masters of the quantum field. Doing $50 million a year, so this isn't some fly-by-night operation. And they learn how to work with the flow, Russell, with the quantum field, with the energy. It's not really woo-woo, because it's been here from the beginning of time. But the Western world it's unfamiliar, because we're so much into Western medicine, traditional medicine. If you go to Asia or you go to India, to them this is like their daily talk. They talk about chi, they talk about flow, they talk about energy, they talk about the quantum field, like Deepak. So it's all about where you grew up and what you were exposed to. So this has been around. So this app has the ability to create that flow of energy, whether it be for sleep, whether it be for pain, whether it be for whatever. And it sounds crazy, but it's coming from the cloud, and just by having your phone, and everybody uses the phone. So this is going to help collectively the world, because we're going to be sending all these great vibes, these incredible vibes out to the world through this app. So I hope that maybe gives it from a little different angle.
It does, no question about that. So you put it on your phone, and you dial up what you're having problems sleeping. I see this, and you need more energy. It says focus, to help you focus on whatever you're doing. And here's one that says calms you down. And then one says pain relief. Here's another one that gives you more strength. People who have allergies, you can put it on that, and I guess it helps you with that. And you got his and hers, so that means that's what they call it, sexual energy. So that helps you with that.
Yeah.
And you got weight loss here.
Feminine and masculine energy.
Okay, and then I see vision. So you have a problem with your eyes. So it's supposed to do all of that from just on the phone. That's it, huh? I don't take any products. I don't have to ingest anything. I don't have to shoot up anything. That's it.
Yeah, and that's what's so cool about it, Russell. It is the future. There's no question about it. Like I said, Deepak's been talking about for 40 years, Wayne Dyer. This is the future of medicine. This is absolutely the future of medicine, where we're not going to be taking the prescriptions and all that sort of thing, because that's a huge business, and so many people are having so many side effects. This is vibration. This is the quantum field, is the way of the future. And it's very exciting that this company is like heading up that future, and it's just the app. And how does it happen? And you can hit different boosts, they call it, for during the day. You want more energy. You can hit all day long. You can say, I'm going to do this boost. Somebody left a lot of energy. They had trouble sleeping, and then they realized, and then they hit sleep, and boom, they went out like a baby. Another guy tinnitus, which is with the ear where you hear the ringing, for 7 years. And he was on this call last week, and he's one of the leaders in this company. And I just an hour he put it for his ears, for his hearing. The ringing went away after having it for 7 years, because that boosts that energy flow, because everything's energy, right? So the eyes are pick up on energy. The eyes are made of vibration, frequency, and energy. Your nose, your stomach, your liver, everything, that's where it comes from. That's the source. That's the source of everything. Kind of like the sap. Think about it. You have this beautiful rose, right? And how does this rose know how to do the petals? How does it know how to do the thorns? How does it know how to be pink? How does it know how to be red? Where does that come from? It comes from this colorless sap. The colorless sap has everything in creation within it to manifest into the thorns, into the petals, into all that. And it's a tree. How about a tree? It comes from a seed. You drop a seed in the ground, and it becomes this amazing oak tree that's 100 years old. It came from that because it's that colorless sap, which is the quantum field, which is what we're tapping into with the sap, Russell.
Hey, this is big. This is big. This is big.
Is that heavy, what I just said? I mean, is that heavy duty or what?
No, it's more than heavy duty. So we're going to have to bring you back next week with the doctor. And Jerry Shaw, who you say is, and people can Google the name in between now and next week to see who he is. You said, and just take a minute. What is his bio? What is his background? Jerry Shaw, Dr. Jerry Shaw.
Okay, he was one of the top naturopaths in the country, and he when I say was, he went into network marketing, and he's been one of the top leaders in the industry. So he didn't have to be a chiropractor anymore, but he was one of the top naturopaths. Studied with some of the best in the world chiropractor. He knows more homeopathy. He knows more about alternative health than anybody on the planet. And when you hear him next week, he'll blow your mind, because he'll take it to a much deeper level. Because I take it. I'm very left brain. I'm very philosophical on the spiritual end, but he's very much on the scientific and analytical end. But how he can decide the quantum field from a more scientific level that others might relate to more than on a more esoteric level, the way I would describe it. So he's phenomenal. I mean, you'll just every word that comes out of his mouth will just blow your mind, and he will totally bring us to the point where you'll totally get it and say, "Wow, I get it. That makes sense. It makes sense, and I get it."
Okay, listen, people may want to contact you. Where do they go to contact you? You have a number? You have a website? What do you want to do?
I'll give my cell. I'll give my cell. Call me. I'm here to help the world. Here's what I believe, and I'll give you the number. One last thing, Russell. I believe that we're put on this earth. We came to this earth to help others, to service. Like Mother Teresa, we're here to serve, and the more we serve others, the more it raises us to a higher vibrational frequency. I like the enlightened masters, like the Buddhas that went to this higher place. They just raised the vibrational frequency within their spirit.
We got 30 seconds.
They can live in that. But anyway, my number is 412-713-6209. That's 412-713-6209. And that's my cell. You can either text me or call me, and I'll be happy to get into it more. I'll even put Dr. Shaw on, and he can explain it further. So I'd be
okay. Next week, same time, same place. Okay. Thank you very much for being here. Same time, same place. WWNN 1470 AM, 95.3 FM. We'll be back next week with more of the new deal on quantum theory, quantum healing. Thank you very much. See you next week. Same place, same time next week.
Men and women are wanted for a new business on Main Street. The requirements are you must be self-directed, persistent, and have the willingness to succeed. If, after your difficult work, you succeed, a lifetime annual six-figure income is available. If interested, go to www.newbusinessonmainstreet.com. If you are despondent, broke, and not satisfied with life, then change your life. Go to newbusinessonmainstreet.com. If you are not happy, then change your life. To change your life, you must change your life. So go to newbusinessonmainstreet.com and change your life. Call 561-302-2588. You have been listening to New Business on Main Street with your host, Russell. If you have a business idea and want to share it on the air, call Russell directly at 561-302-2588. That's 561-302-2588.
The opinions expressed on the preceding sponsored program were strictly those of its hosts, guests, and callers, and not necessarily those of this station, its staff, management, or sponsors.
Talk health. Talk wealth. Talk politics.